Hey, my name is Jobby, and we're looking at the Black Mamba DB01 Dinosaur Warrior. High-end boutique model? Don't make me laugh. And this is a third-party version of the Beast Wars character, Dinobot, but not the heroic Maximal that I covered 500 years ago. So after Dinobot, spoilers for Beast Wars, everyone's favorite Predacon, David K, brings him back to life. Kind of. This guy, referred to as DINOBOT II, is an evil clone of Frankenstein's monster of cobbled-together parts. Just like this figure. If you're interested in this figure at any point, links in the description. Right out of the box, I could already tell that this wasn't gonna be the most optimal experience. Just like this camera setup, white on white, not the best idea. There you go. Anyway, legs came apart too easily. Got enough ratchet joints for my liking, and his hip joints were ridiculously loose. Also, some areas of crazy thin plastic. And I swear, my copy is missing a major accessory here. Leave a comment if you know what this gap in the box was supposed to contain. But all of that didn't prepare me for what was coming. And you could see my first impressions on my Just Playing stream on Jobby II. Thanks for getting me to 100,000 subscribers. I'm glad you enjoy my live suffering. The pain is funny. Oh, good lord. But before we dive headfirst into the slag, the painting and the sculpting on this figure is amazing. This is pretty much a perfect recreation of his show model and an incredible upgrade to the original toy from the 90s, which I actually have on hand, thanks to the guy from Ronin Expo from 5 years ago. Sorry, I don't remember your name. I've been here for too long. The original toy was one of my childhood favorites, which makes this figure a visual treat. The proportions are perfect, the pearlescent white is beautiful, and the metallic crimson chrome is clean. Also love how they flattened out the beast mode head with fake parts here, while still utilizing the real beast mode snout. One of the few parts here that I can call clever engineering. Back kibble is tucked away neatly. Don't know if it's show accurate, I don't remember. And kinda hard to find back shots of this guy, unlike his heroic counterpart. But what's definitely show accurate here is the head. Beautifully done, and gets even more beautiful when you push this button here. 2 LR44 batteries required, but not included. Was such a bitch to find that information for some reason. But anyway, you can just hear the voice of Scott McNeil. I gotta stop name dropping these actors like I know them. Consider coming on the show, Scott, or else I'll be forced to do a bad impression of you again. Tell the tale to those who ask. Love the tail here, although there's no wagging gimmick like on the original toy. That looks gross. I'm 50 years old. I guess these loose ball joints can be considered a wagging feature. And this isn't the loosest part of the figure, believe me. And whatever wiggle this has can be fixed with a bit of super glue. Some of these tail segments weren't joined together properly, which is exactly what I expect from a $100 figure. Thank you! I just dabbed a bit of super glue in there, pushed together, and now he can actually maintain some ambitious tail poses. But only if you get him into the right pose, balance him correctly, and leave it alone. Not a difficult task considering that's exactly what I want to do. He didn't feel the best to play with at first. After a few adjustments, like fixing that tail, tightening up these hip screws, and tightening up these pegs that keep his thighs together, just dab a little bit of super glue here and wait for it to completely dry. And there, doesn't come apart too easily. Now he's actually quite fun to pose. Ball joint at the head. Every ball joint can be. Hinge joint at the head allows him to look up that far and look down that far. Opening mouth. Shoulder pads have a limited degree of movement, but leave those fuckers alone, believe me. This whole shoulder pipe is on a hinge joint, and the shoulder can move out again here. 360-degree rotation at the shoulder. Bicep swivel, bend at the elbow. Wrist swivel, hinge joint at each of his claws, including the thumb. You get a slight crunch at the chest, and ab crunch. This piece at the crotch gets out of the way for that. You get a waist swivel, which I should not be swiveling this intensely. You get some side to side. You get a hinge joint at the base of the tail, which really should have just plugged in here. What are these notches here for? They're definitely not for the dinosaur mode, so I don't fucking know what's going on. But anyway. Ball joint, 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 ball joint here. And a hinge joint. That allows for a great range of tail posability, beautiful side to side. But again, the ball joints are just a little bit too loose for my liking. And of course, every ball joint can be a He's got a Turbo spread. Rotation at the leg. Thigh swivel. Knee swivel. Bend at the knee. Calf swivel. Unexpected for a non-Godzilla figure. Mid-shin bend, but that's more for the beast mode. This whole part's made out of die-cast metal, by the way, nice and cold. Ankle swivel. Individual toe articulation. Even get a mid-toe hinge joint. More figures should have articulated toes. Funny feet, lol. This feet gun is also on a hinge joint, if you count that hinge joint here. And a beautiful ankle pivot. Posability here is fantastic, and he's not as lightweight or floppy as he could have been, at least after my adjustment. And whatever issues I have with the joint tolerances here, it could have been a lot worse. Apparently, this guy is a second run version of the figure. The first version, which was reviewed by Meg Motion, had an incredibly loose waist joint and didn't have these metal hooks to keep the shoulders in place. So with these clear improvements, I should be a little more happy about this thing, right? Well, we'll get to it after the size comparison. He is nice and tall. Here's Figma Modica Kaname, Haya Toys Godzilla, the Magic Square line of Peace Not Optimus Prime, the original Dinobot II, Transart Metal T-Rex, and the Transformers Masterpiece MP41 Dinobot. This is an undeniably beautiful robot mode, and I wish I could stay in this Beast Wars Wonderland forever. Unfortunately, this thing transforms with no instructions. Shout out once again to Main Motion for guiding everybody through this process. You don't even get a card or a QR code that links to these video instructions. It's just something you gotta search up on your own and follow very carefully. Do I have to? So when I did this on my Just Playing stream, it broke.
Wow.
Just stupid engineering here. They expect you to pull on the shoulder, but the plastic making up the hinge joint is made out of brittle Play-Doh. And sure, they give you replacement shoulder parts for you to fix, which is pretty simple. Just unscrew that thing and keep going. It's a long-ass screw. But the included alternate parts tells me that instead of reconstructing the shoulder pad, they just said, fuck it, let you do it. What am I paying $110 for, motherfucker? Should have been die-cast metal, son of a bitch.
Oh my fucking god. What the fuck? Oh shit, man. So okay. Ooh. Ooh.
That was one of the worst first transformation experiences I've had in a long time. What even was that engineering? The thin plastic, the wobbly struts, the breakage? They all brought back some traumatic memories. And I thought we had moved past this spaghetti engineering. If you really wanted to see the full mind-breaking power of this process, check out my Just Playing stream. I literally become the jonker of an all-time What? But ignoring the transformation, if you can, the beast mode itself is fantastic. Just like the robot mode, a show-accurate rendition and an incredible upgrade to the original. Love that the dino hands aren't obviously robot mode feet. There's enough articulation to hide that fact. The original looked like a borderline quadruped. And the head sculpt here is menacing, if a bit hollow. Maybe that's show accurate as well. The original toy was definitely like that. And sure, the design itself isn't gonna be for everybody. It really is a product of its time. Just screams 90s edge. But as a 90s edgy boy myself, I fuck with it heavy. But I do not fuck with... I had to make extensive adjustments here to get this guy to even stand up. Straight out of the box, this mode was a floppy, unbalanced mess. Die-cast metal in the robot mode legs makes sense. But when those metal legs become the arms, not the best idea. The robot mode arms could have used some ratchet joints or die-cast metal to give the beast mode some more support. By the way, I just disassembled everything, put some super glue in the joints, wait for it to completely dry, then put everything back together. Works for now. So, with all of that in mind, this isn't the most fun to pose. Mouth can open really wide, hinge joint at the tongue, hinge joint at the base of the head and mid-neck, and a ball joint here. Every ball joint could be. And all that allows him to look up this far and look down that far. Can look side to side. That calf swivel comes into play here, allowing the arms to move out. And they can bend forward. Bicep swivel, bend at the elbow. You've already seen the foot articulation exactly the same for the dinosaur hand. Ah, shit. Rotation at the legs. And again, same articulation as the robot mode arm, except now you have this extra swivel, which should have been tighter, and this extra hinge joint. You even get an ankle pivot, which is completely useless. But due to how the transformation works and the delicacy of the shoulder pad, no beautiful spread. Don't even try. And you get a ball joint. Posability here is pretty good, but it would have been more tolerable if the joints felt less yucky. At least he remains a good size. Comparison. Here's Monica Godzilla Prime, OG, not Megatron, and Dinobot. It really is a shame about the joint tolerance issues and that abomination of a transformation, because both of these modes look incredible. I'd even call the robot mode visually perfect. But if you really need a transformable masterpiece scale figure of Dinobot II, this is not your best option. Unless you're willing to put in some elbow grease to fix some parts and tighten up those joints. You know, stuff that should have been done before he shipped out. $110. I'm willing to give this company another shot in the future. Black Mamba, right? At least that's what Shouty's store has listed. There's clear love put into this project. It's not complete garbage. But a character as beloved as Dinobot deserves a figure that's not even a little garbage. Ah, goodbye. Thanks for watching, guys, and a big shout out to all my members and patrons. As for you highest paying members, here's all your shout outs, starting with my leader class members. Feel free to join anytime. Cam After Dark, a random YouTuber, God of All Daleks, Depressed Tomioka, Spire Talon, Someone 10, James Sanders, Convertible Reviews, Oliver Ramos, Takumi-san, Jonathan Coco, Crazy DS64, Scarlet Scout 259, Cognaros, Nathalia, Mayday, Papa Maku, Incinerator, Super Duper Boy, Breakaway TA, Joseph Leroy, Archeon 5, Kana Candy, Saber Redfin, Dim Sum Garbage, Melania Blada McKella, Boxhead, SSJ Broly 2001, Dan, Anime Gods of Gaming, Astro Beast 057, Squartzilla, Toy Scourge TV, Luxana, Jonas RT, Kamen Rider KFP, and Zelda Gamer LD401. As for my Triple Kiss patrons, again, join anytime. Lol Attack, Baron Zepp, Cookie, BFast 2000, Mama Munix, Brian Dina, Kong Meng, Jonathan Coco, Zach Carney, Delta Vortex, Base Creek 69, Incinerator 4444, Mr. Jaxo, Fate, Boney's Network, Austin Sabatino, Squartzilla, Tropic Panda, Flowing Games 101, Tiger Boy, Zenaki Art Z, Smithy Killer, Tarn the Robot Layer, Morris Voices, Gargangus, Cam After Dark, Dim Sum Garbage, Genius Jedi, Not Modding 21, Cagnaros, The Blue Pixeling Entertainment, Chris, Proxy Fox, Luxana, Need More Time 11, 12 Acre Sunshine, Scarlet Scout, Artist 101, Gabe Nuxel, Harry McStrange, Josh Montemayor, Nathalia Munoz, Daniel Morris, Mighty Sneck, Ken Rodman, The Gaming Demon, Jur, Jawan, Striker 374, Mingyi Caesar, Mr. Jenkins, Weed Horse Theo, and Michael McLaughlin. Thank you guys so much for your continued support and your patience. Just realized last week how tired I am. But don't worry, after next week's fail box, I'll go right back into doing toy reviews. And be sure to join or become a patron to vote on what order I review things in. Member exclusive polls, don't you know? And speaking of polls, God bless these United States, because next week is gonna be a bloodbath. Whoever wins, I still owe the IRS thousands of dollars. Donald Trump!